Alright, so I messed up and didn't have audio, so I'm going to do a voiceover. So I'm unboxing my AC200P, made in China. As you can see, it looks like it comes in the proper retail box. The tape is been done over. So the second batch of tape looks kind of crappy. You can see I can peel it off right here. So it did come intact, fortunately, but whoever retaped it hastily retaped it. I'm guessing the customer who returned it retaped it. Bluetti opened it maybe, looked in, or maybe he didn't, and put the tape right back on there. So most of the tape I ripped off, but here I'm going to cut the tape off and see what's inside. So first thing I see is the warranty booklet. It's like a retail package. And here I have a pouch of cables. I'll have to check if all the retail cables are there. It seems like the cables are all there. You know, the XT90 cables. I see a PC power cable, a cigarette adapter cable, an MC4 cable. One of them has the end of the aviation cable, so everything there looks good. Open the warranty booklet. Looks like everything's there, though I do notice that it says SP120. I'm not sure if somebody returned an had SP120 as well, and they put the packet together and made a mistake. But the manual is from AC200P, so the important part is there. I don't really care about the warranty card since I'm buying this used or returned, renewed. Then you have the big old power brick, and so the top part looks good. Let's go ahead and pull that out and see what is inside. It's a little unwieldy. Yeah. All right, lifting that bad boy out. That thing is heavy. I knew it was heavy, but still, picking it up is heavy. But it's not as heavy as it could be, so it's still a manageable. At least for me, it's a manageable weight. You see, I tried to put it on top of the box to prop it up, to make it easy to do this like first-person perspective unboxing, and it is not going to work. Wonk. Just falls right in there. So I'm going to realize that I don't have enough space here, and then I'm going to move it over to somewhere more manageable. Now I got it on the table. It's time to power it on. So, but first we'll look at it, and you see that looks pretty good. It's clearly an authentic device. Screen's a little messy, so it was a touch screen, so that's not that be surprised. But definitely means Bluetti doesn't open it up and clean things up. And this looks pretty nice. There's a little bit of little black smudge over here, but the front looks good. And look at the plug itself. Looks like whoever had it before had very bad aim, because every single plug has scuffs around it. Like they just tried to plug things in and missed a lot. So it just proves that it's used, which I knew it was. Still an amazing price. I got this for $630. Can't beat that. So let's go ahead and turn the bad boy on and see what happens. Oh! So here I am just playing with the screen. I have watched some videos on it, but not a lot, so I really don't know what's going on half the time. And I'm probably going to fast forward to this part, because it looks like this is not very useful because they can't see as well as they want. Now here I thought these were a history of the faults. It looks like the list of faults is just let you know what the fault codes mean so you can reference it yourself. So I think it's weird that that's one of the main menu pieces, but it's still kind of helpful. Okay, look at the plugs. See, we got the 8mm jack there. Here I am. I'm going to try to plug it into my bench power supply and see if I can give it some juice. Long story short, this did not work. I was hoping that this port would be kind of like a regular charging port. It appears that this port is very much just a very strict voltage port. In all my testing, now if you set it to car, No, the PV port is PV car. This port, basically AC charging, so it's very picky. It only basically lets you put in 58 volts, 8 amps. Anything outside that spec, it doesn't really care for. It doesn't want more amps. It doesn't want less volts. Alright, so I'm plugging into the Bluetti EB70S. And we're going to plug it in and see what happens. Spoiler alert, it works just fine. It works just fine. I got about 120 watts, maybe 110, which is the output maximum of the EB70's 12 volt port. I also tested this later with my bench power supply. Seems like car stuff can accept 24 volts, which makes sense because there are 24 volt cars out there, so it made sense that quote unquote car input is not just 12 volt, but also accepts 24 volts. As you can see now, it's 109 watts coming out of the EB70 and in here. As you can see outside, it's kind of here I'm just going to spend a while trying to find the BMS listing, because in some other videos I saw where you could look at the individual cell voltages. That might be an original AC200 thing, because I could not find it in AC200P, so I'm poking around in the menus, back and forth, getting a little frustrated, can't find it. I will eventually give up. So here I'm just going to do a little more testing. Trying to see if I can get my lab power supply to give the proper voltage to let it think it's from an AC charger. Here I am setting the voltage to the very specific 58.8 volts. One thing I noticed is that the voltage on this thing reads off a lot. But weirdly, it reads higher. It always reads about a volt, maybe a volt and a half higher on the LCD than I'm actually outputting, or what I'm seeing on my bench power supply, which is strange. So now I remember, I have these, I was 1.2 kilowatt hours of 18650s. I pulled out laptops and some Jihu's 6S packs, no, 7S packs. I'm going to try to hook up to this. Now you see me kind of going through there and changing voltages up and up and up, trying to get it to register. Here you see I have it set to about maybe 44, 48 volts, 45 volts. It's showing 45.2. And it's showing some little like vampire draw, but it's not actually kicking in any actual power. So I'm not quite sure what that's about. Change to 48. Changes. Again, I'm not getting anything. You see how I keep messing with the voltages. Going up a little bit at a time to see when it kicks in. And I finally give up. I put it at like 50, I think 56, maybe 58, and it finally kicks on. Almost stable 400 watts. I believe the power supply on that bench supply is 700 watts, but I don't have set up right now. Okay, so I made myself a little XT60 to XT90 cable, hooking up my two lithium-ion Jihu type batteries. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, what do I have it on right now? I have it on Oh, wait, the settings. It's on car. Let's try PV. And 28 volts is not the minimum. Input voltage is 30 volts, but it's not pulling anything. Disappointing. Okay, it's definitely detecting it. Okay, it's just not pulling from her. Okay, that was one test. Now we can try another test. All right. See what I'm doing? Okay. Shit. Damn it. These are the same gender, so I can't hook this up to this thing. Okay, I gotta look for another cable. Okay, so now I've done some kind of sus. Give myself a little gender changer cable so I can get from this female, or this female, this male. Actually, no, this is female. Female. Yeah, whatever. Okay, got to that. So I can plug in my lab supply. And let's give it 28 volts, see what happens. 29 volts. Okay, let's go to 32. Yeah, that's what two panels turn into. There we go. 32 volts is now feeding power. Wait, no. Okay, what's feeding power? Okay, it's feeding power again. Now it's off. Okay, let's try a higher voltage. Let's try 33. It's reading 34. Interesting, that's reading voltage reading high. Okay, now it looks like it's consistently taking power now. Okay. So 7 amps, 700 watts. That's 100 volts. Not doing that. What's the highest I can do on this thing? Voltage. I can't do 80, right? No. 78. I think it's 70 volt power supply, right? Voltage 70. 68. The hell is the voltage of this power supply? I forget. Oh, maybe it's 48. But let's try 52 just to be safe. 52. I can do that. 60. I need 60 volts. Okay, so 60 volts. Let's see what happens. It's kind of fluctuating a bit. It's fluctuating a lot. Alright, let's try. Ooh, heat's coming out here. Let's try voltage 58. My hands are jumping around so much. Let's try current 6. So somehow my connections are not warm. They're confusing. Looks like it's confusing it. Well, it's not real solar, so I guess I'm gonna need to check it with real solar panels tomorrow and see if this unit has a faulty MPPT. Hopefully it doesn't.